Hey everyone, welcome again to the channel. So if you're thinking about studying or moving to Finland in 2025, well, before you take that step, there are some important updates you need to know. And in this video, I'll be breaking down everything you need to know, right from tuition fees and free vocational schools, proof of funds for student visa, bringing your family and child benefits, cost of living, like rent, transport and groceries, permanent residency when it starts counting, job market, and what you should expect. So make sure you watch this video till the end to avoid costly mistakes, okay? All right, so let's get into the video. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and also share the video to create awareness. All right, let's get right into the video. Now let's start with tuition fees. So in 2025, tuition fees for bachelor's and master's degree programs in Finland starts from at least 9,000, 10,000 euro upwards. You might still find something around 6,000 to 8,000 euro, but just don't get your hopes high because things has really changed from 2-3 years ago right now. So it's very difficult to find schools that are lower and cheaper than this for bachelor's degree programs in Finland, okay? And also something very important, most universities now requires a language proficiency test like IELTS or TOEFL. Usually some schools didn't ask for it before, but now many of them do. You also might still find some schools that might not ask you about this. So this is just to give you an overview of what to expect right now in Finland regarding study. Now, what about free education? Finland has vocational schools that are completely free. I'm going to be making a video about that soon. A vocational school application will be starting in April, and I'll be making that video shortly after this one. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on that one. However, only a few programs are taught in English. So if you want to study for free, make sure you check for the courses that you want and see if that's what you want to go for before applying, okay? Now, up next, I'm going to be talking about proof of funds for studying in Finland. This is a major requirement for studying in Finland, even requirements needed for you to apply for your residency in Finland, okay? In as much as you know, we all know that Finland process is that you have your residence permit first before you apply for your visa. And for this purpose, you need a proof of fund. And right now in 2025, international students need to show at least between 9,600 to 10,000 euro in their bank account. Like the Finnish immigration wants to see this money in your account before applying for a student visa. And this is to prove that you can support yourself financially while studying, at least for 12 months while you are in the country. And if you are moving with your family members, you also need to show even more proof of funds to cover their expenses as well. Okay, up next, we are moving to the next one, okay? And this is about moving to Finland with your family. What are the benefits? What are the child allowances, or what you should expect, okay? Now, it's possible to move to Finland with your family, even as a student, even as a vocational student, a bachelor's degree student, or a master's degree student, okay? But one of the biggest concerns for students is, can you bring them? Yes, you can, but the proof of funds is the main deal. If you can cover the proof of funds for everyone you want to be taken along with you, then you're all good. So imagine a single person's proof of fund is about 10,000 euro, then you have to check for each child or each dependent you'd be going with to Finland. So you have to check that you can cover this proof of funds, okay? So you always want to check for updates regarding this particular proof of funds with dependents or for dependents at the time you will be making your application for your residency, okay? All right, up next, what are the child benefits in Finland? So as I was speaking later, I got information recently from a colleague of mine staying in Finland, and she said for her kids she receives 200 euro per month, which is child benefits for Finland. Well, 200 euro per month recently is actually nothing, but it can be, and it can serve as basic expenses while you're settling down. Okay, so the very moment you move to Finland, your children starts getting these benefits of around 200 euro per child. It might be less, it might be more. It depends on the time you arrive Finland, if the rules doesn't change or if the law doesn't change as at that time. Okay, all right, up next I'm going to be talking about permanent residency. When does it start counting? So here is another huge benefit of moving to Finland. So the moment you enter Finland, whether you're on a student visa or a work visa, your residency starts counting immediately. And you want to know how long it takes you to get the residency or the permanent residency. Currently, as of the making of this video, it takes 4 years to qualify for permanent residency in Finland. People, I'm not an immigration officer, okay? This is just based on my research, personal research, and to share you with current information on updates that are currently going on in 2025. So always make sure you check on the immigration website for current updates as well, okay? Now, for you to get the permanent residency in Finland, the very moment you arrive Finland, the very first day you arrive, your residency starts counting, okay? You need to learn Finnish language basics. You definitely need that, however, and as usually this doesn't need to be a requirement, but as of now, laws are changing, so you need to learn the Finnish, okay? So that is that on the residency aspect. Now let's talk about cost of living in Finland. We're talking about the accommodation, transport, groceries, what you should expect either as a single or as a person with family. Now, Finland is known for its high cost of living. Its cost of living is high in Finland. So we're going to break it down just briefly, the little way I can. I was making my research and I found out that accommodation cost in Finland it varies. So for students, it is really advisable that you apply for your accommodation after you've gotten admission, and it's better to get student apartments because it's cheaper to get student apartments, okay? It's really cheaper to get that. So if you can get that, you can budget at least 350 euro per month. It is also cheaper in the suburbs, but this is for Helsinki precisely. You can get at least a student apartment for 350 euro per month. So it's a shared room in a student apartment, don't get me wrong, okay? Shared room in a student apartment, 350 euro per month or lesser depending on the location. Now, a 2-bedroom apartment in a student zone, you can get between 800 to 850 euro per month. A 1-bedroom at a private rental that is not in a student zone, you should be at least 800 euro per month. So 1 bedroom is 1 room, just 1 room. 2-bedroom is a room and a living room, and you should budget around 1,100 euro and above. You might also get lesser depending on the area or the location, okay? 3-bedroom is 2 rooms and 1 living room. And private rental, this is at private rentals outside the student zone, it's 1,300 euro per month. I believe they should give you an overview on what you should expect or what you should budget, either coming as a single person or with your family. However, once you are in Finland, you can apply for city housing for cheaper rent. City housing costs at least 100 euros to 300 euro less than private rentals, but it is only available for when you arrive in Finland, okay? From my research and from the information I got, okay? If you are in Finland, you can try to start applying for the city housing to help you get cheaper and affordable accommodation, okay? Now let's talk about transportation cost. For public transportation in Helsinki, from the information I gathered, is about 72 euro per month, and this covers, I think, just a zone or a few zones in Helsinki. And as a student, you're going to have a discount. So students have discounts, and I think they pay between 43 to 45 euro per month. All right, now let's talk about grocery. A single person should budget at least 150 euro per month. You might spend lesser than that, but just budget 150 euro per month. It depends on lifestyle. A family of 4, from the information I gathered, it depends on lifestyle, at least from 500 euro per month upwards. This should help you plan what you are coming to Finland to do, or how you are coming to spend your life in Finland, okay? All right, up next, let's talk about job market in Finland. Is it easy to get a job? Now, right now, it is not easy to find jobs in I will not sugarcoat anything, okay? I have a couple of people that are in Finland, and I keep hearing there are no jobs. I'm like, what's going on? I keep hearing there are jobs, and people saying so how, and it is so hard to get a job. Number one, the weather in Finland is not so good because of the high winter season. So they have a longer period of winter season, and it's super cold. So even when you find those jobs, it's even hard to even go out at this period to even work. It's very hard to get those jobs now. I'm not saying you won't find, okay? Don't get me wrong. I am not saying you would find jobs, but it is not easy to find these jobs. Like I would always say in my videos, if you know the Finnish language, you might get something, because even the Finnish people are even still trying to get jobs. But if you can understand the Finnish language, of course, you have upper hands in getting jobs as well. And also, if you're not in a professional sector like IT, healthcare, or engineering, so for example, if you're not a nurse or a doctor or an IT person, it's not easy to get the job. So if you are thinking about going for menial jobs in Finland right now, it's very tough to get those kind of jobs. Very, very tough. Language barrier is there. So you want to start coming to Finland, at least the process will take you nothing less than 6 months to 1 year. Start learning the language if you can, to help ease things. It is not easy, but you have to try to find a way to be able to integrate into your new country. Okay, most employers in Finland prefer workers who speak Finnish. So if you don't know the language, your options will be limited, especially outside major cities. However, if you are in high demand field like nursing, engineering, or software development, there are many opportunities even if you don't speak Finnish. Okay, now I'm not going to talk more on this. Again, what works for A might not work for B, and what works for B might not work for A. So everybody is different. Okay, you might get there and you might find something. It depends. This is not to discourage you, but just to let you know what you should expect. Now, what about minimum wage and salary expectation? Presently, from my research, Finland doesn't have a fixed minimum wage, but most jobs pay at least 11 euro per hour minimum you will get. So if you find that job, they pay well. That is another good thing about Finland. So you earn the least, and the least I'm talking about is for menial jobs like cleaning and dishwashing, those kind of ones. I'm not saying you get dishwashing job, I'm just giving you an example of a menial job. So example, sweeping, cleaning, those kind of jobs, you can earn at least 11 euro per hour. So imagine you now get better jobs in the professional sector. You can imagine you earning at least 20 to up 20 something euro per hour. It's a very good pay. Okay, and also remember that taxes are also there. So the higher you earn, the higher taxes you also get. So your salary depends on your industry and employer. So my advice is start learning the Finnish language as early as possible, as this will help you find better job opportunities and settle in more easily. Okay, all right. If you're planning to study or move to Finland, make sure you consider everything I've mentioned so far. The proof of funds, start planning towards it, start saving and everything you need to do. And I'm really hoping things work out for everyone's good. If you are looking for greener pastures, or you want to study, or you just want to relocate, things will definitely work out good for you. Just keep striving and keep pushing. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe for more updates on how to live abroad, relocating, information, general. Just follow on with me as I move. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and people would also move around to learn from the comment section, and I'll be happy to answer you. Thank you very much for watching this one again, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.